History of Hajj. In Islam, we believe that Allah had ordained the location of the Kaaba since the beginning of time. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Allah has made this land a sanctuary since the day He created the heavens and the earth. For us to even speak of every detail and historical transition of the Kaaba would take a lot of time. Yet we wanted to share with you the highlights of what is now known as the direction of prayer and the holiest house of Allah in the world. Built and rebuilt several times throughout history, it is the cornerstone of faith, where many historical instances took place, generally witnessed until this day, as He, peace and blessings be upon Him, would check for the measurements and ensure that everything was done to the best of capacity for the sake of Allah. Historically, when Ibrahim was ordered by Allah to build the shrine for worship, he uncovered the original foundations of the Kaaba built by Adam. Ibrahim, with the help of his son Ismail, erected the new shrine on the same foundations. Originally, it contained only 4 walls without a roof. Allah describes the preparation of Prophet Ibrahim, peace and blessings be upon him, and his son along with the process of building the Kaaba in the chapter of Al-Baqarah, verses 124 to 127. And mention, O Muhammad, when Abraham was tried by his Lord with commands and he fulfilled them. Allah said, indeed, I will make you a leader for the people. Abraham said, and of my descendants? Allah said, my covenant does not include the wrongdoers. And mention when we made the house of a place of return for the people and a place of security. And take, O believers, from the standing place of Abraham a place of prayer. And we charged Abraham and Ishmael, saying, purify my house for those who perform tawaf and those who are staying there for worship and those who bow and prostrate in prayer. And mention when Abraham said, my Lord, make this a secure city and provide its people with fruits, whoever of them believes in Allah in the last day. Allah said, and whoever disbelieves, I will grant him enjoyment for a little, then I will force him to the punishment of the fire, and wretched is the destination. And mention when Abraham was raising the foundations of the house, and with him Ishmael, saying, O Lord, accept this from us. Indeed, you are the hearing, the knowing. Now that we know the main highlights of the Kaaba, let us get to know the kinds of Hajj in Islam. There are 3 types of Hajj: Tamattu, Ifrad, and Qira'an. Tamattu means entering Ihram for Umrah only during the months of Hajj. When the pilgrim reaches Mecca, he performs Tawaf and Sa'i for Umrah and shaves his head or cuts his hair and exits Ihram. And when the day of Al-Tarawih, which is the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, comes, he enters Ihram for Hajj only and does all the actions of Hajj. So Tamattu involves a complete Umrah and a complete Hajj. Ifrad means entering Ihram for Hajj only. When the pilgrim reaches Mecca, shave or cut his hair and does not exit Ihram. Rather, he remains in Ihram until he exits Ihram after stoning Jamarat al-Aqaba on the day of Eid. If he delays the Sa'i or Hajj until after the Tawaf of Hajj, there is nothing wrong with that. Quran means entering Ihram for Umrah and Hajj both together, or entering Ihram for Umrah first, then including Hajj in that before starting the Tawaf of Hajj. That is done by intending that this Tawaf and Sa'i will be for both Hajj and Umrah. The actions done in Qiran are the same as those done in Ifrad, except that the pilgrim doing Qiran has to offer a hadi, sacrifice, whereas the pilgrim doing Ifrad does not. The best of these 3 types of Hajj is Tamattu. This is what the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, enjoined upon his companions and urged them to do. Even if a person enters Ihram for Qiran or Ifrad, then it is strongly recommended for him to change his intention to Tawaf and take his Ihram for Umrah and to cut his hair and will, to worship the one and true God of all creation.